My name is Chris Forsberg. I'm two-time Formula Drift champion, and we're out here with Clarion to celebrate the Clarion Builds program with this 1974 BMW 2002. Clarion Builds is a program that brings together all members of the automotive industry, in which we're taking a car from its most simplest form, tearing it all the way down to the chassis, rebuilding it from the absolute ground up, replacing every last nut and bolt with a brand new component to build what is now a brand new 1974 BMW 2002. And with that, we're taking everyone through all the steps, all the process that it goes from this factory car into what it is today, and all the components that are added to it with all the partners through suspension, through the engine, and obviously through the audio system. We have brought out some modern BMWs to see how this car stacks up to it. And for being 40 years old, making 140 horsepower, it actually keeps up quite well with a modern 3 Series. Yeah, and then down and around the back.
We've sponsored Chris Forsberg from the very beginning, from 2007 or so. We've had a good relationship from the beginning. He's a cool guy, great guy, very nice guy. So as he's obviously progressed through and he's managed to win a couple of the titles, it's just like we've maintained our relationship in a way that we asked him to come join us with this program and become the official driver. And I can tell you it took him probably 2.5 seconds to say yes. So with that said, it's been a partnership kind of like made in heaven. And we're very happy to have him, and I think he's happy to have us.
I'll get motion sickness. So. What I like most about this car is that they stayed true to the era specific that the 2002 is. They didn't modernize it, they didn't make a resto mod. It was true to its original form, keeping the carbureted engine, keeping it the even factory engine, and doing just small tasteful upgrades like slightly larger brakes, a 5-speed transmission, but nothing like a full modernized reproduction car.
Every time we're talking about show cars, people go to SEMA, people go to CES with these really nicely done show cars, big wheels, nice paint, beautiful interior. But they end up being literally like a show car. They're a show car. So a show car system goes inside, everything is exaggerated, from a performance perspective. What we wanted to do is to show what a regular basically car is going to look like with nice stereo, nice system, but not overkill. You can live with it every time, and it's not going to empty all your pockets just to make that happen. Now, why go with a restoration or a resto mod versus a complete show car? Our decision was based on the fact that we wanted people to remember how enjoyable it was to drive, cruise along, listen to audio, listen to your favorite music and all that. In a sense, with a big show car with 1,000 horsepower and again, big 20-inch wheels and all that, it's very hard to do. The 02, in this case that we picked, was a perfect example because it is a sports sedan. It's a pleasure to drive, and it is something that we wanted people to remember and enjoy what they got out of this. Now, you didn't have to live back when this car was brand new to have had a license and drive it. They actually have survived quite a bit. There's quite a few of them. But none of them are really restored to this level. Very, very, very few. The idea of going through the process step by step from the beginning when the car was acquired to what you see now, which is track ready and, in this case, completely pristine and nice, we wanted everybody to have that experience and learn about it and maybe do it themselves. So we connect. This is a social media world. We all know what other people are doing. Wow, did you see that? Beautiful. So, in a way, our hope is that people will connect with us, we'll connect with them, and together we'll all have fun. If they happen to like to buy a stereo and buy a Clarion, that will be the icing on the cake.
So with Clarion Builds, it's going through the whole process, showing everything that it takes to build this car. On our show, Drift Garage, we do it a lot more faster paced, a lot more lighthearted, and just kind of showing the simple steps on how to take a car and make it into a drift car. and it's a lot less detailed because obviously we don't do as much work as what went into this program. And with that, I always have a soft spot in my heart for old cars. They're just more fun to drive. You're more connected to the road, manual steering, no ABS, no traction control, and with that, I always have more fun driving these older classics versus a modern car.
What's more fun?
Well, this one's more fun. Line better, which is why, like, for being so underpowered, it's almost keeping up with that thing, just because it's taking the corners better. But that one's like, big and heavy, kind of float. But like I said, with this one, any small mistake and it costs you your lap. So yeah, because it was what, like a second and a half faster, something like that.
Well, that was a second like that. Wow.
Yeah, I think it was like a 54.1. I think this one was like a 50.
Pick the car specifically ourselves. However, we asked all our fans about what they want to see. For example, do you want to see the the car with fog lights? Because at a point in time, BMW had the fog light option, and the fans almost unanimously said no fog lights. So we said, okay, no fog lights. Then we asked about the paint. We asked about the wheels. We went through all sorts of different things, trying to basically figure out what is it that our fans appreciate most. And with that said, it became kind of like a resto mod in conjunction with what the fans were thinking. Now going forward, we've actually already asked our fans what they think we should do. Many times, the answer comes back a little standard, like, oh, we wanted you to do a Mustang. Yes, everybody and their brother does a Mustang. So what are we gonna do? That's a little bit of the suspense I'll leave for later.
This is what I do, this is what I love doing. I will be continuing to drift as long as I can and racing cars and having fun with it, because cars are awesome, and I don't have really any other specific racing types of events that I would rather be at. Drifting is what I learned when I first started driving cars, and it's what got me into cars. Just the ultimate control, the steering, the pedals, the handwork, everything all in one to show how much control you can have with a vehicle.
Drive amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, we're just having a good time. It's a fun little car, and it's a nice little track for it. So yeah, good to come out. Like we always like giving rides in our pro cars, but it's fun to do it in something like this too.
Yeah, that's just
trying to push something like this to its limit.
Yeah, you did amazing. Thank you. I was enjoying the ride.